Cowboys Nation, buckle up. Because what I'm about to tell you might be the biggest, boldest, wildest move Jerry Jones has pushed for in years. I'm serious. This isn't just another rumor. This isn't just speculation. This is about the best wide receiver in the entire NFL, a true generational superstar who changes everything the moment he walks into a building. And the Dallas Cowboys, yes, your Dallas Cowboys, are officially positioning themselves to strike. And listen, if this deal happens, this franchise will never be the same again. Not in the NFC East, not in the NFC, not in the entire league. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to help us hit our goal of 14,000 subscribers. Cowboys Nation, we are right there. If you love big-time Cowboys news, rumors, passion, and honesty, this is the place. Let's grow this family. All right, let's talk about what just went down, because Jerry Jones is fed up and Dallas is officially in the mix for a superstar.
Because we have this huge fork that Damien Woody was using yesterday. So let's talk about some teams and ask if we think that they're ready to stick a fork in them. Dominique, are you ready to stick a fork in the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, and I mean, in the words of the great James Harrison, I done lost hope.
All right, how about the Dallas Cowboys? Graziano, are you going to stick a fork in them?
Let me see this fork. Let me see this fork. No! Fork, you can keep your fork.
Yeah.
No, the Washington Commanders and New York Giants have been eliminated from division contention. That means only the Cowboys can win it because the Eagles did last year. And look, 5 turnovers by Jalen Hurts on a Monday night. You mean to tell me odd and evil forces aren't at work here? Like something weird is going on, just like happened 2 years ago. No, you cannot. No, I will not believe the NFC East streak is over until I see it.
You know who agrees with you?
Eyes.
Is Jerry Jones. And I have maybe my new favorite Jerry Jones quote. Jerry Jones is in New York this morning, and in his radio interview, he said, quote, on the Eagles losing and the playoff door still being open. Real excited. They didn't even need to put any fuel in the plane. I flew up here on my own. We sure got a shot at this thing.
Yeah.
Graziano, you're there's a change.
Yeah. Looks good on you.
Cowboy, baby.
The Eagles, what that really comes down to is, are the Eagles going to really fall apart that badly? Rich just brought it up.
Same question we asked 2 years ago.
2 games against the Commanders, 1 against the Raiders, 1 against the Bills. Let's even say the Bills beat them. The Eagles have to lose 2 of the following games. The Raiders, Commanders.
Right.
They're going to lose 2 of those games?
I do not think so. And here's the difference for me. Their defense is so good, and the year that they imploded, it was not. Like, defenses keep you in a lot of games, even if your offense struggles. They have a very good defense, even without Carter. Their defense played well enough last night to win. They will keep them in games and win games. I think they win 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're in playoff mode right now. It's hard for me to imagine. I know it happens. We see teams lose all the time, the teams that are not as good as them, but they're going to have to lose to the Bills. If we give them the Bills, that's one. They're going to have to lose to the Commanders. Like, I know it's a divisional opponent, but the Commanders aren't very good on defense. And their quarterback is injured again. And the Raiders are the same situation where their quarterback's hurt. They also aren't very good. It's hard for me to convince myself that the Eagles can lose 2 of those games.
I'm in agreement with you guys. I will say, Graz, the hat looks good on you.
Yes, it does.
It may not work for the Cowboys.
I don't think anyone's surprised.
Take it home, show your wife, and you go and enjoy that hat.
Yeah, because remember that part and parcel of this also is, are we counting on the Cowboys to hold up their end of the bargain? You know, they would have to win out. They would have to win all of their remaining games, including against the Charger team that we saw last night that is game. The last 2, assuming they should beat the Commanders and Giants, are they going to sweep home Vikings, home Chargers?
Yeah. I mean, the Vikings looked a lot better last week against the Commanders.
That's right. Yeah.
So that Commanders defense is just hard. I think about the Cowboys, they're better than these teams, I think, but the consistency, it's the same thing that we talk about with a lot of these teams, like the Bengals. Like, at their best, they look really good, but they can't maintain the level of consistency that I think the Eagles will be able to maintain.
It's 4 games.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 years ago, you would not have thought the Eagles were going to go lose that Cardinals game in Week 17. Kyler Murray went nuts in the second half, and he did. The Eagles should win the NFC East. They are a better team than the Dallas Cowboys. It absolutely should happen. It never does.
Crazy things happen, and we'll see. It's going to be very interesting to see what the reaction is this week. I mean, a 5-turnover game in a town, in a media market, in a fan.
last night in what felt like a must-win game for both teams. Dak Prescott under pressure all night through 2 second-half picks, while the defense allowed Detroit to score a touchdown on 4 of their 5 trips to the red zone. The result, a 44-30 loss that snapped the Cowboys' 3-game win streak. Richard Sherman had strong words for George Pickens' performance after the game, and then Pickens responded. Listen to this.
Definitely for myself personally, like you said, definitely for myself personally, you just can't disappear. But schematically, as like, a reporter, like whatever his job holds, and he played ball, he got to kind of understand the type of defense they're playing as well.
All right, so Pickens not great last night, 5 receptions for 37 yards, but he's saying that it wasn't for a lack of effort. Do you agree with Pickens, or I guess do you agree with Sherman in this instance?
I agree with Sherman. I agree with Sherman because I know Sherman knows football, just like RC knows football, just like Cam knows football. That's not to, Sherman, let's be very clear. Richard Sherman didn't engage in condemnation for George Pickens overall. He was saying the man has been exceptional all year long. He's an elite player. But what we saw on too many occasions last night, we should have seen better effort. That's what he was saying. And I totally get that. And with George Pickens, because of how great you are, but also because you were in Pittsburgh and some of the things that they brought up, and you know that better than most, you got to guard against it. Because when you talk to George Pickens, I'm telling you right now, he seems like a great guy. He really is. And we know he's a great player. But you got to be, to me, where the disappointment really, really kicked in was the knowledge of, bro, you're approaching a contract year. You know you deserve your bag. You know you deserve to get paid. Don't give these people any ammunition. That's all it is for me, more so than anything else. I want the brother to get paid because he deserves it. And I don't want you to do anything to get in the way of your money. And I don't care who it is in the world of business. They can hug you. They can love you. They can praise you. They can do everything. Watch how the attitude changes once negotiation comes. Once negotiations come around, all of a sudden you treat it differently. And a concerted effort is made to minimize you just to make sure they don't pay you what you believe you deserve. Not that they don't want to keep you, not that they don't want to pay you. I'm talking about paying you what you want. They're allergic to doing that in business. If they can get away with it, they're going to do it. And he's 24, so I understand there's an appreciation for it that he may lack, but let me tell you how that appreciation is going to elevate in just a few months. Yeah. In just a few. When he goes to the negotiating table, when Mulugeta goes to the negotiating table on his behalf, and don't think for 1 second that somebody ain't going to try to bring it up to shave a few dollars off of it. That's all I'm saying.
I think the disconnect between what Richard Sherman was saying and what George Pickens.
So earlier today, NFL insider Adam Schefter went on ESPN's Get Up and said something no one expected. He didn't report a trade. He didn't claim anything was imminent, but he said the magic words that shook the entire league. It's hard to imagine they would trade Justin Jefferson. No, but then again, a year ago, I would have said it's hard to imagine the Dallas Cowboys would trade Micah Parsons. And they did. Cowboys Nation. Schefter just opened the door. And once that door opens, Jerry Jones loves to walk right through it. The Vikings are falling apart. 4-8, locker room frustrated, offense collapsing, and Justin Jefferson putting up career low numbers across the board. He's visibly upset on the sideline. Head coach Kevin O'Connell even had to publicly address Jefferson's frustration. This is a superstar who wants to win, and Minnesota can't even field a functioning offense right now. J.J. McCarthy has the 4th worst passer rating index in NFL history for a QB with 150-plus attempts. Their rookie backup Max Brosmer threw 4 interceptions in relief. Everything is collapsing around Jefferson, and when superstars feel trapped, trade talks always follow. Now this is where things get spicy for Dallas. Jerry Jones is furious, not annoyed, not disappointed, furious with the performance of George Pickens in the recent loss to the Lions. Sources around the league say Jones saw Pickens as playing scared, shrinking from the moment, choking in a big-time game. And that is the one thing Jerry hates more than anything, players who collapse when the lights are brightest. Jerry wants dogs. He wants competitors. He wants closers. And nobody is more cold-blooded in big games than Justin Jefferson. This man has 21 100-yard games, 5,899 receiving yards, and 30 touchdowns in just 4.5 seasons, despite missing time with injuries. He's a walking Hall of Famer at 25 years old. So what does Jerry want? A superstar who can line up next to CeeDee Lamb and instantly give Dak Prescott the best receiving duo in the NFL. Here's the headline. The Cowboys have shown internal interest in sending 2 first-round picks plus George Pickens to the Vikings for Justin Jefferson. Let me repeat that. 2 firsts and Pickens for Justin Jefferson. Jerry doesn't care about optics. He doesn't care about the price. He cares about bringing in an alpha. And honestly, from a pure football standpoint, I get it. Pickens has huge talent, but consistency? Not there. Toughness in key moments, questionable. And Dallas wants players who live for pressure. Jefferson is that guy every single Sunday. Pair Jefferson with CeeDee, you instantly have the best WR duo in the NFL, the most explosive passing attack in the NFC, a nightmare for any defensive coordinator. Dak Prescott, coming off his injury, would have the most loaded receiving core of his entire career. Look, is this risky? Of course. You don't give away 2 first-rounders lightly, but if you're going to do it, you do it for a player who has averaged 98 yards per game in 2022, 107 yards per game in 2021, 1,800 plus yards in his best season, the highest receiving total ever in the first 50 games of a career. Justin Jefferson is not good. He is not great. He is historically dominant. And if the Vikings are truly collapsing, if their QB situation continues to be a disaster, Jefferson himself might be the one to ask for the trade. If that happens, Dallas becomes a real contender, maybe even the top contender, to land him. Cowboys Nation, this is massive. Jerry Jones is on the hunt. Schefter opened the door. The Vikings are spiraling. Jefferson is frustrated, and Dallas wants a superstar who doesn't fear big moments. Do you want the Cowboys to go all in for Justin Jefferson? Would you trade 2 first-rounders and Pickens? Or is that too big of a gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. I want to hear from every single one of you. And before you go, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and help us hit 14,000 subscribers. We're growing every day, Cowboys Nation, and we're just getting started. This is Victor from Dallas Cowboys Today, and if this trade goes down, we're talking about a new era in Dallas. Let's ride. How about them Cowboys?